one. Can't get it to zoom though. Hmm. Somehow these all these mosquitoes are hovering in front of the camp. What? There, look this. There were just two, now there's only one. This season has started in Lapland. Hey, good morning. Hey, Carrie. Hey, Tommy. Look, there's several on this hand. There they are. Okay, let's watch. This one got a great place. You see? That one has settled for a kill. They do. Oh, is it Father's Day there? Oh, that's so funny. We have it in November. Stefan is just left for work, and I'm here being eaten away in the forest. Sorry, I was going to show you how they start drawing blood, but I just can't. It is this is the most mosquito-y time of the year. I didn't put any mosquito repellent on my hands so that I can lure them in for you to see. But from now until 2 or 3 weeks, it's going to be quite terrible. And I'm going the whole time. I'm going closer and closer to like the most mosquito-ridden area. And now they just flew away again. Well, um, in the south of Finland today is plus 30 Celsius. Here in Lapland, it's plus 14. But I'm mainly just protecting myself from the mosquitoes. It has been really warm here. Super, super, super lovely beginning of the summer. But now here it's not very warm. And we are going on holiday next week. There will be people taking over our house again, and we will go elsewhere. Stefan's mother is joining us in the south of Finland, which is lovely because they haven't seen each other for like 2 years, the children and their grandmother. So it's going to be a wonderful holiday. We get to go to the bit warmer south and get to swim. But as it is, it's going to get nicer here as well. Look, you see how the spruce tips have already grown. They've gotten much longer already. Notice? We were picking them the other week, and now they are like this. So now they are what, 3, 4 centimeters, 3.5. Goes really fast. We'll we can take a look in a moment also what kind of flower fields we have at the moment, but everything is in bloom. And that's why there's so many mosquitoes as well. It's a funny thing. There's a lot of migrating birds that nest in this area because they have so much food. You know, I'm being eaten by. Ah, it doesn't focus. I'm being eaten by these buggers. But then again, the birds, they eat the mosquitoes. So the birds here, they have a feast. There's just enormous amounts of the mosquitoes. Hey, Christel, welcome to the very mosquito-y Lapland. Although I have to say, it's not as bad yet as it has been some years. Somehow this hand doesn't focus. That's really strange. What up? Ah, that one is eating from. Oh, this is the worst place for it to eat. Oh, I hate that when they eat from the hand. You know, that itch is so bad. Oh man. Sorry, I have to squish it. That's the worst place. When I was a kid, or when I was a teenager, there was at one point, there was the, I'm going to take this flower, sorry. There was at one point they had the mosquito killing competition, and people got very angry about it. Not people from Lapland, I have to say. People from the south got very angry about it because they thought it was like animal cruelty, which of course I do understand. It's you never should kill stuff just for the fun of it. But I think it was people who had never been here. Yeah, the bugs definitely loved me. Look at this hand now. Oh, there were just about five just before I moved this hand. No, the bugs love Urho though. Urho is the yummiest from our family. He's the one that gets the most mosquitoes on him every time that he's outside at this time. Yeah, but so the mosquito killing contest, they had to cancel it. They were going to have it, but then they couldn't because they got so much negative feedback already before it was held. And I have to say that when you live in Lapland, you know, it is a when you have to deal with these buggers, then you kind of stop thinking of the, you know, um, of the value as beings. I'm afraid because they are such enormous buggers. Oh well, they're bird food, so they are great. I think it was so that a nest of birds eats about 10 kilos of insects per summer, if I remember correctly. And if you think about how many grams these things weigh, which is not any, I don't know how many parts of grams these mosquitoes weigh. They have to eat quite an enormous amount of them to get to that 10 kilos. This is one of the best flowers here in Lapland. It's like the national flower. Well, it's a national flower of Lapland. Lapland is not a nation, but how do you call it? Kullero. This is always a sign that summer has arrived. You see them there? Midsummer rose. That's what they are also called. And very often when you open one of these are beautiful. They are always like this globe shape. And when you open them, very often you find a bug inside it again. Yeah, now again I forgot what the name is in English. Kullero, it's in Finnish. And something globe it was, I think. Uh, Once again I forgot. As you know, my brain works different when I'm broadcasting. Sometimes sometimes they are really massive. This is kind of a normal size, but sometimes they are really, really big ones. And they are very beautiful. It's somehow they really belong to the Lappish summer. Let's go and look at some other flowers as well. Once. Okay, that's not bad. Hey, Jane. Good morning. Look, I'm being eaten by hordes of. Oh, look on the other hand. There's like, oh man. Yeah, because the thing is that now I'm close. You hear maybe the squish from my when I walk here from my boots. It's very humid, and this is the kind of areas where the mosquitoes love to live. This is like the breeding place for these. These are not really. Let's try. You can first have a sniff, and then let me try. I mainly smell the mosquito repellent, though I have to say. They can wait. there is a fragrance, but it's not really the kind of stunning, not like what you would have in a rose or anything like that. You know, it is. You can smell the that it is a flower, but it doesn't have, for humans at least, a super strong fragrance. Wait, I'll try it still one more. It's it looks almost waxy, doesn't it? But it is not really. It's just this funny shape. It is just normal leaves, and it cannot survive inside very long. So if you pick it, it's not going to thrive in the vase. So it's not going to be happy inside. A lot of these flowers here are like that, though. It's the same with this. Was it so again that these were the geraniums? I forgot, even though I was talking about it last week, I think. So these also drop their leaves very quickly when you bring them in. But it's funny, Tommy, when you say that you've been bitten by a mosquito once, because we of course, as you see, there's enormous amounts of them here. So like you get constantly bitten here in the summertime. Yesterday, um, my sister Raisa and her partner Misha, they have at their place at the moment a lot of artists from around Finland and around the world, actually, Europe. And those poor people, hey John, nice to see you. Those poor people are not used to the mosquitoes here. And they're not used to the midnight sun either. So it is quite, how should I say, quite an experience to be here in these surroundings. I mean, of course, the light is completely different than anything you would see when the sun doesn't go down. Hey, Linda, nice to see you. When the when the sun goes around the sky, yeah, it is a nature shock, definitely. The sun goes around the sky, it doesn't go down. Oh, thank you for the higher one. The light changes in such a peculiar way. And as I was saying the other time, because here you can see the sun shine from the north, and that is a different view than when it's shining from other directions. Midnight sun? No, no, it's in the whole Arctic area. So Alaska and Siberia and Sweden and Norway. You know, look, this is the new growth of the blueberries. If you look, everything looks sort of almost neon green, doesn't it? You see that? And then when you look at those spruce trees here, you can see from further away which parts are the new growth. Look, here we have the old growth and here's the new growth. This is still soft, so this is still edible actually. Midnight sun doesn't happen in Helsinki, no, because that is below the Arctic Circle. It does, doesn't it? A lot brighter. So the Arctic Circle, that's the limit. Above it, you have the midnight sun, and below it, you don't. So that's what. These mosquitoes. I'll just eat this bit. Now all of these needles are still completely soft. This stuff is packed full of vitamin C. And now that they get a little bit older, you start tasting the spruce already stronger. That's why I call this the way you can watch me getting eaten alive. The mosquitoes are everywhere. So let's wait. We can wait and see. Now they're all sitting on my. Yes, I do. Now they're all sitting on my camera at the moment, on my phone. They're sort of buzzing around, but not settling down. Yeah, always when I swap hand for you to see, then they come on the other hand. Well, there's one looking for a perfect spot. You see? Hey, Alexis! You thought that there's food, but the only food here is me today. Look, oh these buggers! Oh no! I can't let it eat there. This is one of the nastiest spots here as well. Oh, now they all fly away when I'm trying to show them. They're shy. The mosquitoes are camera shy. I don't mind. That would be actually a good one, a good like natural repellent. There has been a lot of talk about mosquito repellents recently. One of the most used. Well, imagine how it is here, John. One of the most used systems called Thermacell um, has now been. Well, I don't know if it has been proven um, that is really bad for the nature, or they are afraid that it is. So a lot of places have stopped selling it. It uses this same poison. Look, same poison that than what they have. What an which flower was it again? What are they called in English? Lupins. You know, it's a poison of that flower, but apparently it can also kill bees, and that's why people don't want to use it anymore. So that does make, again, people have to again think like, okay, so how are we going to protect ourselves now? Because as you see, it's quite mosquito intense here in Lapland, and I'm not in a worst place at the moment. This is just this is not near a lake or anything in the bushes. Well, I am near a lake, but not that near. Look, ah, every time I want to show them to you, they fly away. On the other hand, disappear. Yeah, and the peppermint oil, as as um, as I've been told, but it's just that I'm afraid that all of the natural ones, there's just so many mosquitoes here that they just don't work well enough. When in this area, like you need something that seriously helps, and then very often those natural ones are unfortunately not good enough. Deed, oh my god, yeah, no, that's not good. That's one of those that were already here as well. You know, years ago they said that that's not allowed anymore. That's not advised, but basically it's not allowed. Look, this is the path to the lake. We can maybe even walk there in a moment. The skin so soft. Okay, that's a really funny name. That makes it sound as if it was somehow, you know, not bad. Stung by a bee. I was stung by a wasp twice at our wedding. I had never been stung by a wasp before, and then on our wedding I was stung twice. I've got two kids, so maybe that was like, maybe it was a maybe it was some sort of a, how do you say that? Well, luckily I wasn't allergic. Would have been quite terrible if I had been, you know. Then it would have been a problem. But look at this. This is the place where me and my sister and our friends used to go to pick flowers for midsummer. Looks so pretty now in the summer, doesn't it? And then you can imagine when the sun is, well, it's not setting, but when it's going around around the lake there, and the sky is golden, it looks so stunning, incredibly beautiful. But let's go and see. So this is pretty much the kind of flowers that you would find in Lapland at this time of the year. We don't have an enormous amount of different kinds of flowers. I'm trying to find where I can step because this is a steep ditch. But we have all kinds of. I think last year, if you remember last year's midsummer broadcast, at midsummer we have all kinds of magic that you do, and a lot of them involve flowers and seeing your future spouse. Of course, that's one of those things. But I guess that's in all cultures. So there's this kullerot that you find. Then there's these geranium flowers. This one again, I forgot what this is. Puna-ailakki. So you're supposed to pick um, completely. Of course, you have to be completely naked. In most Finnish magic, you have to be naked to do it. We are the sauna country, anyways. But so you pick in your nudie bumps without saying a word. You pick 7 different kinds of flowers, and there are different variations. Some say that you have to pick them from 7 different fields. But the main point is that there's 7. I don't think I will be able to find 7, especially since I was silly and dropped that dropped that cooler. Where did I drop it, anyways? That was silly of me. And anyways, I'm talking, so it doesn't count. Then that's the fireweed. That would be one. Then can I see more here? Not a lot. Well, these are the more common ones, but then still I would need to find 3 more. So Kulero would be one, then still 2 more. And then what you do with these flowers is you put them under your pillow, and you're going to, yeah, it's really, I mean, there's a lot of these midsummer traditions. The midsummer has always been traditionally a really important party and celebration. I think there was that horror movie made, wasn't it? Was it a Swedish horror movie or something? Midsommar. Which I can imagine that's, you know, you can make creepy stuff from that, but it is one of the most important celebrations. It's like this in the winter time. There's the Christmas. Oh, thank you, Tommy. In the winter time, there's Christmas, and in the summertime, there's the midsummer, and those are sort of the, the was it another rather recent one, um, like 3 years ago or something like that. I think I'm being eaten again from my hand, or maybe it's just the itch from the previous mosquitoes. You notice that here there's immediately a bit less mozzies because there's a bit more wind. But yeah, so this is what you put under your pillow, and then you're going to see your future spouse in your dreams. But that only works during the midsummer night. That's when it works. It doesn't work every night, only that one night because that's magical. And that's then what is a bit less magical about it. I think I've told you before as well. Is that in Finland, if they, well, maybe, well, maybe your current spouse. That's also possible. You see, behind there, that's where Levi the Fell is, and that's where the building that you see on top there. That's that. That's a Congress Center and hotel. Well, that's the hotel part actually that you see over there. Let's let's walk to the lakeside from here now that we still can. So yeah, the bad thing about midsummer or any kind of summer festivities in Finland, there's always the police always hopes for a cold midsummer because that means that there's less for them to do, less people dying by drowning. That is the unfortunate part of the Finnish midsummer culture. And the reason for that is that people go to their lakeside cottages and then they have too much alcohol with them. They get great ideas of let's go boating, and then they forget their swimming vest. Yeah, happy Father's Day from us as well. It's not in Finland. It's not a Father's Day today, but happy Father's Day to the ones that are celebrating it now. Yeah, so there's very often quite a few people dying at midsummer, and that's really sad. And that's why everybody's hoping always for. Well, no, people are hoping for a beautiful. Wait, now I ended up. Now I'm in the right place. People hope for a beautiful midsummer, but it is always really a risk, and there will always be people dying by drowning. Oh, look, there's more flowers for our little flower bunch. These are really forest flowers. These ones you don't find on the field. And as such, you could take maybe blueberry flowers, but I think that they are bloomed out. Them you don't see here anymore. And then again, the fireweed hasn't started blooming yet. So this is here you see all of these green plants here. This is all fireweed, and in just a few weeks, this will be so high. Well, in like 2 weeks, this will be so high that I can't walk here anymore. Now it's still possible, but then not anymore. And then here, you see, all this nettle in between. Forest fire, yeah, there have been. Even in our forest, in the, I think in the 50s, there was a forest fire. Not in the part that you know, but in a part next to that. And you can still see quite some damaged trees there. Whoop. But this is not as forest fire prone area as, you know, like California or for instance Siberia nowadays. The forestry works a bit different, and and this is not as dry as a lot of those places. But of course, I mean, that was the joke the other year when Donald Trump was talking about raking the forest. And that's, of course, what all the Finns found so funny. But one of the things that why the forest fires are stopped a bit easier, there's quite a lot of like maintenance roads, even in the sort of really the distant areas. And those roads, very often they stop. If there would be a starting fire somewhere, it wouldn't jump. You know, it would stay on a certain area because of the forest roads sort of crisscrossing. So in that sense, as you see at the moment, it's very lush here. But of course, if it now would get really dry, then the risk of forest fire, of course, grows a lot as well. You see how the lake looks now. The whole time blowing these mosquitoes off my hand. Ouch! Somebody's biting me again. Uh-huh. This is then again what happens. This is clearly somebody's pier that has been brought here by the high waters. And then, of course, the owner doesn't know where it is. Have to maybe put a ad on Facebook in the local groups, like, hey, pick up your pier. Once, oh, thank you for subscribing, Mary. Once, what happened once was that, you know, the boat that we've sometimes been on this water with, that probably will later on this summer, together with you guys. The boat floated away when the flood was really high. It hadn't been attached properly. Oh man, there's so many mosquitoes here. And a neighbor from these houses actually that are up here, he saw it floating by itself, and he actually swam there to pick it up. And you know, it was during the flood still, so it was really cold. The water was super cold. So he just swam there, brought it ashore, and then put an notice on Facebook like, "Hey, who lost their boat?" And that was ours. So Stefan brought him some coffee and I baked something. You know, that was super kind of him. But that's then again very much the tradition of here. Now Stefan has allergies, but I think that I'm just I don't know what I am. I don't think this is allergy though. That might be, by the way, the boat you see there. I think that's Dad's boat. There are a lot of bugs here, definitely. And that's because the bugs love this kind of, you know, this kind of wet areas. Always by the lakeside, you get a lot of bugs. But there, if we were in a boat there in the middle of the lake, it wouldn't be so bad because then the wind blows them away. The good thing about the bugs here is that they're not dangerous, you know? Oh, there's another flower. Look, once again, one that I don't remember the name of. Rentukka. This is very much a plant for the flower of like wet areas. You can see it from the stem as well. Look, this is almost mosquito eating. This is almost out completely, but you see that it's got these hollow sort of pipe-like stems. You see, this one cannot handle inside at all. But probably the leaves will already fall out once when we when we're walking. Yes, well, it's an honest and true title. Oh my, I just got a mosquito sitting on my nose. We have to walk up. I'm going to completely disappear here. That are going to suck me dry. Inside, we have one of those, meant for inside mosquito killers. And it's, of course, of course, it's not a good thing to do that. But when you live here, you have to be able to sleep, and that is just simply the way. That's the only way that you can really sleep here. Recent photo shoot of. Oh yeah, scary, but important. That's of course, bees are the important kind. So luckily we have still seen some of them. Bumblebees we have. We don't have so much of the the kind of honeybees that you would get. Those are not really like a lappish kind of a bug, but really mainly the bumblebees. I have been stung by a bumblebee as a kid as well. Normally they don't sting you, but in this case, I was running through a bush of fireweed after the first couple of years. Well, that that is of course the thing. That's why I tried to never learn to drink coffee. I don't want that addiction. And then I marry like the best coffee maker in the world, and then I don't drink coffee, so that's a bit stupid, but well, my loss. Stinging nettle. Now you can't really. Now these, when they are like this, then they're already too big to pick. But you know the younger soft ones, they are like spinach, but then a lot stronger, a lot more healthy. Oh, this would have been one flower as well. We were watching this last time, weren't we? The rowan flower. I dried them. I made tea out of them. So then in the winter I will be drinking that if I get any problems with my lungs. Oh man, my hand is itching. It's like the insides of your the palm side. That's always the worst. When they bite your palm, that's so itchy. It's really terrible. Let's see. We're going to walk and maybe still look how our yard looks now, if there has anything been any changes now. If you're wondering, by the way, why we haven't been to our forest now recently, we are sort of allowing the birds and the animals their calm for now, you know, because this is the time when there's new animals being born. So we kind of leave them to themselves for this time, unless we really have to be there. Ticks, luckily not, but then again, I say not yet. Sorry, I don't know why. Maybe it is actually, so you were asking allergies, maybe it is some sort of an allergy. But ticks don't like Lapland yet. When it gets warmer, they will. So that's unfortunately what will happen. Look, I'm walking in the nettle bush. And that's really the thing that I'm the least looking forward to. I don't know why, but I really, really, really hate ticks. Wouldn't be able to walk there just like that in the bushes if we had ticks here. Of course, if you're really well covered, you can, but then you have to really sort of take off your top clothes before you even go in and check everything and double check everything. So, in order not to be bitten. Here we go. Oh man, this hand got so itchy now. Like here. Isn't it so that it's one of those nastiest places to get tattoos as well? Most painful places. It's one of the most painful places for to be bitten by a mosquito as well. Oh, you see, there's already some flowers coming up in that. bush over there, white flowers. And then here's our little forest flower patch. And then our giant blackcurrant bush. Now strawberries. Look, the strawberries are doing rather well. We should still pick the weeds out though. I have seen some flowers, but not as many as last year. The chives is starting to bloom, which is not good in that sense that then the chives, it's not, you know, so yummy anymore, but it does look nice. And anyways, I use it much less than we could. But here you see what has happened here. Look, you notice? There's blackcurrants on the way. I was a little bit afraid of not getting enough. Um, what is the word? Like bees and ah, what's the word? Tea tree. Yeah, that would be smart. Not sure if we have that at home. Also, the spruce resin oil that we do have. So I'll use that, I think. But yeah, so luckily these the insects have found these, and we do get a nice amount of blackcurrants. You see that some of the flowers have just fallen out, but there are a lot of nice beginnings for berries. So we're going to have a lot of blackcurrant juice again for next winter. Stefan's coffee sled, because that's what we always have there. This one again, unfortunately not knowing the English word, but this is called Lapinnauhus. It is a local flower that gets these sort of these torches, these of yellow flowers, and that's a nice one as well. I guess that it doesn't manage so well in other areas just simply because it's called like that. Some more blackcurrant here, and then still Stefan has been working so much that he hasn't had time to finish his project. But we do have mystery tomatoes in there. I don't know if you saw them last time, but let's see how the look, because this is so funny. These are black. You notice that? The tomatoes that we're getting, because the person who sold us the plant, she gave us reduction from the price because she had no clue what tomato it was. And so it's clearly some sort of a black. Yeah, they do, don't they? But they're tomatoes. I have no idea when they're ripe. There's one big one there, unfortunately. Is it? Do they, are they, so they look like this then? Or does it mean that they're in general like, I don't remember anymore what heirloom tomato meant. Is it like that they are some sort of traditional one or? Of course, here, normally. Variety, okay. Yeah, yeah. I think they are so cool. Black tomatoes. I hope that they are still rather black when they are ready. At least like this, they look really funny. Hey, I have been now bitten so many times that I think that I'm just going to go in and tend to my wounds, see what's there's left of me. Hey, Sandra! I was just going to say that I will now go in because I have been eaten by the mosquitoes. We can still look what we have here. These are still blooming. On the other side, they're already kind of out almost already, but but the rowan trees on this side, they are still happy. Okay. Hey, you know what? I am again. Wait, I'll sit there. Ooh, I'll show you these flowers too. I am. Oh, that one I've never heard of. I am planning this year's tree hugging world championships again. And last year, at least Jane, you sent such a lovely photo, and we got hey heavenly dew, we got such wonderful photos from all around the world, from Mexico to Kazakhstan to Australia and Russia and so many countries. And I really want you guys to send us some tree hugging pictures again. And the hashtag is in the name of this broadcast. So you can send them to us, or you can have them on Instagram. the the official time has not yet started, but I will definitely count everything in that's already arriving now. As I would love to see your tree hugging pictures from where you are. How fast you went? Yes, that's so funny, isn't it? But that has to be here. You know, the summer is so short and so intense that that's kind of the only way that the the summer manages to arrive. Like, look, even our lawn looks sort of like a proper people's lawn now. But yes, so I'm looking forward to getting tree hugging pictures from you again. And the same as last year, if you hug a tree that is somewhere where other people can hug it as well, especially, then you can send us the coordinates as well, and then we can put it on our map of trees where we already have a lot of stuff, but we want more. So the live version of the Tree Hugging World Championships will be on the 21st of August. You have to put that in your agenda. 21st of August, that's Saturday here. That would be probably at the same time as our normal broadcasts. And we will be broadcasting live from the forest, so you will see the live competition, and then there's the virtual competition, which you can join from wherever you are. And we got such last time we got such beautiful stories as well attached to those tree hugs. I really loved it. They were so wonderful to read and such lovely sharing from people. So hey, on that note, now make a mental note. Start planning your tree hugging entry. We love every single picture that we receive. Um, Next week we are going to be on the road, so we will see how that happens, but we will try at least to broadcast at the same time as a normal broadcasting time. Greetings, everybody. Have a wonderful Sunday and a lovely week. We are going to, in a few days, drive onwards to the south. Don't let the butterflies. Yeah. See you next week, wherever we are then. Hey, bye, people. Bye bye.